Greetings, everyone, and thank you, Eric, for that warm introduction. I'm glad to join today's Tech Talk and represent BaishanCloud North America to share streaming media insights with you. First, let me give you a little background about Baishan. Our company was founded in 2015 to address the content delivery and acceleration needs for enterprise clients. Baishan's Edge Cloud platform provides services including neutral infrastructure, cloud-native security, developer services, and much more. Over the past 6 years, our network has grown to cover 6 continents with over 600 POPs worldwide. Baishan has also filed for more than 570 IP patents in different areas of content delivery, now serving over 1,000 clients globally. We aim to continue offering comprehensive solutions for global sectors to approach Asian markets.
So, Chris, given the geographic advantages and expertise in Asia, would you give a brief overlook of streaming opportunities in China?
The China internet market is home to the largest internet community globally, with over 940 million internet users in 2021. Due to China being the world's largest streaming user base, its unique technology capabilities, economic environment, and user behavior have made it a strategic market that you don't want to miss being a part of. You definitely don't want to miss being a part of this one. During the past 5 years, China's average download speed of mobile broadband has increased by about 6 times, and the feed for mobile internet has dropped by over 90%. This has led to an average of 9.3 exabytes. That's a huge number of mobile data being consumed per month in China. The high availability and low cost of mobile internet have created a substantial increase in live e-commerce, mobile gaming, short videos, and social entertainment. 5G will further diversify streaming scenarios and create more revenue opportunities for businesses across different industries. China's increasing GDP and purchasing power enabled the 400 million affluent middle class to consume authentic content from overseas, such as luxury brand events, entertainment streaming, and online education offered by international institutions. The 848 million online gamers, another huge number, are looking for gaming content from the best game providers across the globe. Businesses are also expanding overseas and actively seeking enterprise conferencing and streaming solutions. In short, China is a prominent streaming market maturing very, very quickly. We believe China offers an unparalleled opportunity for any business that produces or distributes streaming content.
China seems like it's really gold for global CDN providers. How about the situation in Southeast Asia?
Southeast Asia is home to 400 million internet users across its 6 largest countries. The latest research by Google indicates that the internet economy of this region will reach 300 billion by 2025, making it the fastest growing internet economy in the world. Under that umbrella, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam, and the Philippines represent sizable and fast-growing markets for streaming services. The increase in access to the internet has contributed to lower costs of mobile devices. This has caused the growing middle class in these major countries to increasingly use live e-commerce, online media, and online travel. Additionally, Southeast Asia has the most engaged mobile users in the world. In the past 3 years, engagement on video apps in this region has doubled with live streaming. Short-term online advertising, gaming, music, and video on demand have generated a market value at $17 billion in 2020. With that being said, Southeast Asia has become a target for streaming media players from both the region and across the world. Big companies such as Tencent, TikTok, and Disney Plus have all been heavily investing in these emerging markets to lock in consumers as they start to develop mobile internet habits. We found users in this area are more cost sensitive and more diverse in terms of language and cultures. The censorship-free market is now open to overseas companies in leading edge technology and content, thus creating the accelerated growth.
So, to approach the fast growing market in Asia, what are the specific challenges to deliver streaming content to those areas?
Cross-border delivery can be challenging for service providers tapping into a new market with inadequate knowledge about the local policies and regulations, business environment, and culture. The first challenge would be network issues. The lack of POPs, bandwidth, and level of connectivity with local ISPs all seriously affect the delivery performance. This can also cause network latency and service availability issues. We see this especially in countries where the telecom landscape is fragmented with inadequate carrier-level network connectivity. For example, in India, foreign companies planning to deliver content to the local market will have to register locally and set up their businesses and their business entities before being able to be connected with any local ISP. The second challenge, security issues. That's a big one. Cyber attack is one of the most severe problems that network service providers face today. All common types of sophisticated attacks include DDoS, web application, and direct-to-origin attacks. Protection of customer data over the internet has become increasingly critical, prompting many security functions and features to be rolled out by vendors frequently. Given the enormous volume of DDoS attacks, it is essential to work with vendors with the resource and capability to detect the attacks, protect your data, and fully integrate security functions on their edge delivery platform. This contributes to protecting customer data without sacrificing performance. It is important for vendors collaborating with local CDN vendors to work with the government licensed vendors that have securely established their complete data management processes with data encryption. I suggest ensuring that your local partner has its internal compliant mechanisms in place to ensure customer data protection through different stages of customer verification, data transmission, and storage.
With the local partnership experiences for Baishan, what are the best practices when it comes to delivering streaming content cross-border to Asia?
Well, first you have to understand your distribution. It's important to understand that China and Southeast Asian countries have a unique environment where a few very state-owned ISPs dominate the network. Competition among them is intense. This results in minimal peering with each other. Most of the data centers you see in China are single line with one ISP. BGP resources are scarce and expensive. At the same time, when evaluating providers, make sure to utilize tools to test from the cities and the ISPs of where your users are to get the most representable data. Performance metrics are similar to what you are collecting now in other regions, such as connect time, time to the first frame, and buffer rate. Play per user and duration per user metrics would be something to look into if you are doing a video on demand or video-based social media platforms. Second, it is necessary to optimize your stream quality and availability. This would require you to move your content library or stream source closer to the end users. We all know that geographic distance adds latency. The average network latency from China to Seattle or Paris is 250 milliseconds or more. However, the latency from China to its nearby country is usually less than 100 milliseconds. Moving your content library or stream source closer to your users saves you almost 100 milliseconds every round trip, which is very significant as it contributes to a positive customer experience. One of the tasks to have a continued positive user experience is to have a backup origin and error-based failover to minimize disruption while maintaining the viewing quality. Stream quality-wise, adaptive bit rates are critical for China and Southeast Asia countries as user network quality varies. There are currently people in tier 3 or rural areas still using single-digit megabyte networks. Imagine that. Therefore, when you're preparing streams, it becomes important to prepare for the lowest bit rate to the highest, enabling coverage on all network types. Third, leveraging a local CDN like Baishan, us, to cache your streams closer to the users is necessary. For video on demand, the TTL can be set to weeks or months. For live streams, even though the streams are in real time, you should always cache the manifest file on a local CDN whenever possible to improve performance and reduce the load to your origin. The TTLs for the manifest file should be less than half of the video segment duration. This should typically be 1 to 2 seconds for a 5-second video segment.
As we know, and as you've explained so well, the Asia market is quite different from others, and policies and regulations play a huge part in influencing content delivery. So what strategies do you recommend for streaming content delivery companies to adapt to the Asian market?
Yes, Eric. The first strategy is to ensure content compliance. Each Asian country has its content regulation policy. For example, China is very well known for its so-called Great Firewall, where it blocks access to the major social networks from the Western world. It is crucial to review your content to ensure compliance with local law to avoid getting on the government's radar. You don't want that. If any content on your website or application is flagged as inappropriate, even only once, your content license can be revoked, or even worse, your root domain blocked. Therefore, it's vital to audit your content. Pay close attention to user-generated content. Reviewing and removing anything appropriate before, not after, the government reaches out should be standard practice. If you have a growing number of users, consider implementing image-based or text-based filtering logics to audit the streams frame by frame. This will enable you to react more efficiently and quickly. Then you integrate your auditing logics with CDN's purging API to automatically remove any content flagged by your systems. Even with the auditing logic in place, there might be times when the government asks you to remove specific content. That's when it's very important to work with your partners in China or Southeast Asia that have already established the abuse reporting process with local ISPs. Baishan is working with all the ISPs in China and most South Asian countries, which is a good thing. When there is any concerning content on a customer website, the ISP will reach out to Baishan instead, and Baishan will remove the reported content. Moving forward, it will become important to work with our customers and avoid getting flagged again. You don't want to get flagged not even once, but again, even worse. The second strategy, by the way, we recommend is to recognize regional hacking behavior. Some of the hacking behaviors might be initiated by the ISPs, believe it or not. The biggest driver for ISP to hijack the content is to avoid the pricing bandwidth cost crossing to another ISP. This is how they keep content within their network. The red flag is when your users in China or Southeast Asia country report seeing unusual content from your site or other performance issues. You will notice that the serving IP addresses does not belong to you or your CDN provider. If you suspect ISPs are hijacking your content, you can report it to the local government directly or reach out to your solution provider and ask them to work with their ISP to remove the hijacking. Well, that's all I have for today's topic. Thanks, Eric, for having me on Tech Talk. And by the way, for anyone who would like to schedule a free consultation, a free trial, or simply want to learn more about Baishan, please take a look at our website at BaishanCloud.com. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you so much, Chris.